Welcome back to Living Well After 50. 1 in 8 men will get prostate cancer. Could you be one of them?
It's a sobering statistic,
It is.
but thankfully we're
Yeah.
diving deep today into the 12 early warning signs.
That could save your life.
Exactly, and that's what we're all about here, empowering you
Yes.
to live well after 50.
Absolutely. And before we jump in, just a quick reminder to sign up for that free newsletter
Yes.
packed with even more insights on living well after 50.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're talking about a serious topic today.
We are.
One that many men over 50 might be a little hesitant to even think about, let alone discuss.
Yeah,
But it's so important for us to be proactive about our health.
absolutely. We're here to equip you with the knowledge you need to make informed decisions about your health.
I love that.
And we're going to do it in a way that's straightforward and easy to understand.
Perfect. So we want to break down those barriers and get right to the heart of the matter.
Let's do it.
And to help us navigate this topic, we have a fantastic expert with us.
It's a pleasure to be here. I'm passionate about this topic.
Wonderful.
Really helping men understand their prostate health and empowering them to take charge.
Now, I know a lot of men might be thinking, okay, prostate cancer.
Yeah.
That's something I'll worry about later.
Yeah.
But the truth is, early detection is absolutely key.
It is absolutely. And, you know, the more we know, the better prepared we are to face any challenge that comes our way.
I love that. And knowing those early signs,
Yeah.
understanding your risk factors can make a world of difference.
A world of difference.
Okay, so let's jump right in.
Okay.
For those of us who might not be entirely clear on this, what exactly is the prostate?
Right.
And why is it so important?
So the prostate is a small gland
Okay.
about the size of a walnut
Okay,
located just below the bladder.
got it.
You can think of it as this vital part of the male reproductive system.
Okay.
Its main function is to produce fluid that nourishes and protects sperm.
So it's small but mighty.
It is.
But what makes prostate cancer so sneaky? Why is it often called a silent threat?
Well, one of the biggest challenges with prostate cancer is that in its early stages, it often doesn't cause any noticeable symptoms.
Oh, wow.
It can be quietly developing without you even knowing it.
That's what makes this conversation so important.
Absolutely.
We need to be aware of those subtle signs
Yes,
that our bodies might be trying to tell us something's not quite right.
precisely. And that's why regular checkups and screenings are so important, especially as we get older.
Right.
That risk of developing prostate cancer increases dramatically after the age of 50.
That's a good reminder for all of us.
Yes.
Now let's get into those 12 early warning signs.
Okay.
What are some of the things we should be looking out for?
Well, let's start with one that might seem a bit alarming, blood in the urine.
Okay.
While it can be caused by other less serious conditions,
All right.
it's definitely something you should never ignore.
So if we notice any discoloration in our urine, pink, red, or even brownish,
Yes.
that's a red flag.
It is a red flag, and sometimes the amount of blood is so small that it can only be detected under a microscope.
Wow.
That's why routine urine tests during checkups are so important.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about difficulty urinating?
Yeah,
I know that's something that a lot of men experience as they get older.
sure.
Is that always a cause for concern?
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Having trouble starting your stream,
Okay, yeah.
experiencing a weak or interrupted flow, or feeling like your bladder isn't fully empty,
Yeah.
those could be signs of an enlarged prostate, which is often benign,
Okay.
but it could also be an indication of something more serious.
So once again, it comes down to not ignoring these changes
Right.
and talking to our doctor.
Exactly. Don't just dismiss it as just a normal part of aging.
Don't brush it off.
Yeah.
Okay, now this next one sounds a bit more serious.
Okay.
The inability to urinate while standing.
Right.
Is that something that can happen with prostate cancer?
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
When the prostate enlarges, it can press on the urethra,
Okay.
the tube that carries urine from the bladder.
Right.
This pressure can make it difficult or even impossible to urinate while standing.
Wow. That's definitely a sign that something's not right.
It is.
Speaking of discomfort,
Yeah.
let's talk about another warning sign. A burning sensation during urination or ejaculation.
Right.
Is that something?
It can be.
Yeah.
That burning sensation can indicate inflammation or irritation in the prostate.
Got it.
While there are a number of potential causes,
Right.
prostate cancer is certainly one possibility that needs to be ruled out.
So it's not just about the discomfort itself, but what that discomfort could be signaling.
Exactly. It's our body's way of telling us something might be wrong.
Okay, let's move on to a symptom that I think a lot of men over 50 can relate to.
Okay.
Getting up multiple times at night to use the bathroom.
Ah, yes. Frequent urination.
Yes.
Especially at night. It's a common issue as we age, but a sudden or significant increase in those nighttime bathroom trips could be a warning sign.
So if we find ourselves making more trips to the bathroom than usual, particularly at night,
Yeah,
that's something to bring up with our doctor.
absolutely. Don't just brush it off as par for the course of getting older.
Now, this next one's a bit different. Unexplained weight loss.
Right.
Is that something we should be concerned about?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Unexplained weight loss, especially when it's significant and occurs without any changes to diet or exercise, can be a sign of a number of health issues,
Right.
including prostate cancer, particularly in its more advanced stages.
So even if we're secretly happy about dropping a few pounds,
Yeah.
it's always better to be safe than sorry and get it checked out.
I couldn't agree more. It's always best to err on the side of caution when it comes to our health.
Okay, this next warning sign sounds particularly concerning: pain in the bones.
Yes, this is a significant sign,
Okay.
often felt in the spine, hips, or ribs. It can occur when prostate cancer spreads to the bones, causing discomfort and pain.
So we're not talking about just any aches and pains, but persistent pain that we can't easily explain away.
That's right. If you're experiencing bone pain, especially in those areas, it's crucial to bring it to your doctor's attention.
It's all starting to sound a bit scary, but I keep reminding myself that knowledge is power.
You're absolutely right.
And we're learning so we can be proactive.
The more we know, the better equipped we are to take control of our health.
What about fatigue? Is that something to be concerned about in relation to prostate cancer?
Yes, fatigue can be another subtle sign of prostate cancer.
Okay.
And we're not just talking about feeling tired.
Right.
It's a persistent exhaustion that doesn't improve with rest.
So that feeling of being completely drained even after a good night's sleep.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you're experiencing that kind of fatigue,
Yeah.
it's worth discussing with your doctor.
What about blood in semen? That sounds particularly alarming.
It can be blood in the semen,
Yeah.
known as hematospermia. Can occur for a number of reasons, but it can also be a sign of prostate cancer.
Okay, that one's definitely going on the don't ignore list.
I would agree with that.
What about weakness or numbness in the legs and feet? Could that be related to prostate cancer?
It could be.
Okay.
This can happen if the cancer spreads to the spine and puts pressure on the nerves that control the legs and feet.
So it's another example of how prostate cancer can affect seemingly unrelated parts of the body.
That's right. It highlights the importance of paying attention to any changes in your body and not dismissing them as simply age-related.
Okay, let's move on to another warning sign. Pain and discomfort in the pelvic area, lower back or upper thighs.
Right. This type of pain can be caused by a number of factors, but in the context of prostate cancer,
Okay,
it often occurs because the cancer has spread,
got it.
causing inflammation and swelling that puts pressure on sensitive nerves in those areas.
So it's not just about the location of the pain, but the persistence and the possible connection to other symptoms we've discussed.
Precisely, it's about looking at the whole picture and considering all the possibilities.
And finally, we come to erectile dysfunction.
Yes.
Is that something that can be related to prostate cancer?
Erectile dysfunction, or ED, is a common issue for men as they age.
Right.
But it can also be a sign of prostate cancer, particularly when it occurs without an obvious cause.
So while ED can be caused by a variety of factors,
Sure.
it's something we should discuss with our doctor,
Absolutely.
especially if it's a new or worsening problem.
It's important to rule out any underlying medical conditions, including prostate cancer.
We've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
And it's clear that prostate cancer can manifest in a variety of ways.
Absolutely.
And some of these signs are pretty subtle.
They are. That's why it's so important to be aware of these early warning signs and to discuss any concerns with your doctor.
Right.
Early detection is key to successful treatment and a better quality of life.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
We've talked about the what,
right.
but now I'm curious about the why. What causes prostate cancer in the first place?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
At its core, prostate cancer arises from changes in the DNA of normal prostate cells.
Okay.
Think of your DNA as a set of instructions for your cells.
Got it.
When there's a mistake in these instructions,
Yeah.
it can cause cells to grow out of control, leading to cancer.
Okay, so these DNA changes are like glitches in the system that can lead to uncontrolled cell growth.
Exactly.
Are there any lifestyle factors that can increase our risk of developing these DNA errors?
There are indeed.
Ah,
Obesity and diet are two important factors to consider.
okay.
For example, studies have shown that men who consume tomato products regularly have a 20% lower risk of developing prostate cancer
Wow.
because of a powerful antioxidant in tomatoes called lycopene.
Okay.
On the other hand, men who consume a high-fat diet,
Duh.
especially one rich in red meat and high-fat dairy products, may have a higher risk.
Because what we eat really does matter.
It does.
It's not just about our waistlines.
Right.
It's about our overall health.
Exactly.
What about things like smoking and alcohol consumption?
Yeah.
Do those have any impact on our risk?
Those can also increase the risk of developing prostate cancer.
It sounds like taking care of ourselves is one of the best defenses we have.
It is.
What about race and ethnicity?
Yeah.
Do those play a role?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
African American men have a higher risk of developing prostate cancer compared to men of other races.
Got it.
It's important to be aware of these disparities and to advocate for equitable access to health care.
Absolutely. And what about family history?
Yeah.
Does that increase our risk?
Yes, men with a family history of prostate cancer, meaning a father or brother who has had the disease, have a significantly higher risk.
Okay.
If you have a family history, it's even more crucial to be vigilant about your health and to discuss your risk factors with your doctor.
It sounds like understanding our family history and talking to our doctor are two of the most important things we can do.
Absolutely.
But is there anything else we can do to reduce our risk?
There are definitely steps we can take to be proactive.
Okay.
One of the most important things is to embrace a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
We've talked about those warning signs.
Right.
But what's actually happening inside the body that leads to this disease?
Yeah.
Let's explore the root causes of prostate cancer and what you can do to prevent it.
That sounds like a perfect place to pick up next time.
It does.
So don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more insights on living well after 50.
Sounds good. Welcome back to Living Well After 50.
And we're diving right back into this important topic of prostate health. And I'm glad you brought up a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because while those family genes might be out of our control, it sounds like there's a lot we can do to tip the scales in our favor. So let's dig into that.
Okay.
What does a healthy lifestyle actually look like
Right.
when it comes to protecting our prostate?
Well, let's start with the foundation diet. We touched on it earlier, but it's worth emphasizing research increasingly indicates that what you eat can directly impact your risk.
It's not just about cutting out the bad stuff,
Yes.
but actively incorporating foods that can help protect our prostate.
You got it.
Okay. So it's not about deprivation, but about making strategic choices.
Exactly.
I like that.
Mhm.
What are some of those prostate-protecting foods we should
We
be
could-
focusing on?
Think vibrant, colorful meals,
Okay.
packed with fruits, vegetables, and whole grains.
Oh.
Those are your allies.
Got it.
They're full of antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that can help shield your cells from damage,
Right.
including the cells in your prostate.
So it's like building up our body's defenses from the inside out.
Absolutely.
Are there any standout foods that really pack a punch when it comes to prostate health?
Absolutely. Tomatoes, for instance, are rich in lycopene,
Okay.
a powerful antioxidant
Yes.
that some studies have linked to a reduced risk of prostate cancer.
Wow.
In fact, research suggests that men who consume tomato products regularly might have up to a 20% lower risk.
That's amazing.
Not bad for a delicious pasta sauce, right?
Now you're speaking my language. So pasta night is officially on the menu.
There you go.
What other foods should we be adding to our shopping list?
Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are excellent additions.
Okay.
They contain compounds
Yes.
that some studies suggest may help to slow the growth of cancer cells.
Interesting.
And those healthy fats we often hear about,
Right.
omega-3 fatty acids
Yes.
found in fatty fish like salmon, tuna, and mackerel, are also beneficial.
Okay.
They have anti-inflammatory properties which can be helpful for prostate health.
So it's a good mix of delicious and nutritious choices.
Exactly.
But let's be realistic. What about those of us who have a sweet tooth?
Sure.
Is there anything we can enjoy
Of course.
without worrying about sabotaging our efforts?
Moderation is key with everything.
Okay.
But luckily, there are plenty of naturally sweet options that can satisfy your cravings without spiking your blood sugar. Berries, for example, are a great source of antioxidants and fiber, and they're naturally sweet.
So a handful of berries can be a guilt-free indulgence.
Absolutely.
I like it.
Yeah.
What about beverages?
Sure.
Is there anything we should be sipping on for prostate health?
Green tea is a fantastic choice. It's
Yeah.
loaded with antioxidants, and some studies suggest it may even offer some protection against prostate cancer.
So swapping that sugary soda for a cup of green tea sounds like a win-win
It does.
for our taste buds and our prostate.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered diet in detail.
Yeah.
What about exercise?
Right.
How does physical activity fit into this prostate protecting puzzle?
Exercise is absolutely essential.
Okay.
It's a cornerstone of good health.
Right.
Not only does it help boost your immune system and reduce inflammation,
Yeah.
both of which contribute to overall well-being,
Right.
but it also helps you maintain a healthy weight,
Okay.
which is a key factor in reducing your risk for prostate cancer.
So getting our bodies moving is a must-do. What types of exercise are most beneficial?
Right.
Do we need to hit the gym hard every day?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Aim for a mix of aerobic activity like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling, and strength training
Okay.
that targets major muscle groups.
Got it.
But honestly, even everyday activities like gardening, dancing, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator can make a difference.
Right.
The key is to find activities you enjoy and make them a regular part of your routine.
I love that.
Consistency is what matters.
So it's about finding ways to move our bodies that fit into our lives
Exactly.
and bring us some joy.
Yeah,
That's a lot more appealing than a grueling workout.
it is.
Speaking of fitting things in, we talked about the link between obesity and prostate cancer.
Right.
How can we maintain a healthy weight as we age, especially when our metabolism isn't what it used to be?
It's definitely a challenge,
Yeah.
but it comes down to finding a balance
Okay.
between calorie intake and expenditure.
Got it.
Focus on nutrient-rich foods that fill you up and be mindful of portion sizes.
So it's not about deprivation, but about making smart choices.
That's right.
Are there any other lifestyle factors we should be paying attention to when it comes to protecting our prostate health?
Yes. A few more things we need to touch on.
Okay.
Smoking is a major risk factor for many types of cancer, including prostate cancer.
Right.
If you smoke, quitting is probably the single most important thing you can do for your health.
Okay, so ditch the cigarettes, for sure.
For sure.
What about alcohol?
Right.
Does that factor into our risk?
It does. Moderate alcohol consumption is generally considered acceptable,
Okay.
but excessive drinking can increase your risk.
So a glass of wine with dinner is probably fine,
Right.
but maybe skip the nightly cocktails.
Exactly.
What about stress? Does that have any impact on our prostate health?
Absolutely. Stress can impact our overall health,
Right.
including weakening our immune system.
Okay.
Finding healthy ways to manage stress like meditation, yoga, or even just spending time in nature can be hugely beneficial.
So it's a reminder that a holistic approach is crucial.
Absolutely.
It's not just about what we put into our bodies,
Right.
but also about managing our mental and emotional well-being.
Exactly. It's all interconnected.
Yeah.
And speaking of a holistic approach,
Yeah.
we can't forget about the importance of regular checkups and screenings.
Right.
They're essential.
We can do all the right things,
Yeah,
but we need to be proactive about getting the medical care we need.
exactly. Talk to your doctor about when you should start annual prostate screenings
Okay.
and bring up any concerns you may have. Early detection is key.
This has been incredibly insightful. We've covered so much ground already.
Yeah.
And it's clear that knowledge, healthy habits, and open communication with our doctors are the most powerful tools we have.
They are.
Welcome back to Living Well After 50. We've been having a really in-depth conversation about prostate health, those sneaky early warning signs, and all the ways you can take control of your well-being.
It's been great.
It really has. And before we wrap things up, I wanted to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, something that's really crucial for all of us over 50,
Right.
the importance of those regular checkups and screenings.
Absolutely. We can't stress that enough.
So let's get into the specifics.
Yeah.
For men over 50, what exactly should we be discussing with our doctors when it comes to prostate health?
Well, first and foremost, it's about having open and honest conversations with your doctor about your overall health, your family history, and any concerns you might have.
Right.
Remember, your doctor is your partner in this journey.
So it's about building that relationship and feeling comfortable asking questions, not just waiting for the doctor to bring things up.
Exactly. Your doctor can help you assess your individual risk factors and determine the appropriate screening schedule for you.
Now, when it comes to prostate cancer screening, I know there's a test called the PSA test.
Right.
Can you break that down for us? What exactly is it measuring, and what do the results mean?
The PSA test, or prostate-specific antigen test, measures the level of PSA in your blood. PSA is a protein produced by the prostate gland.
Got it.
Elevated levels can sometimes be a sign of prostate cancer.
So it's like a potential clue that warrants further investigation.
Precisely. However, it's important to understand that the PSA test isn't perfect.
Okay.
There can be false positives where the PSA level is elevated, but there's no cancer, and false negatives where the level is normal, but cancer is present.
Okay, so it's not a foolproof test.
It's not.
But if the PSA test isn't perfect, how do we know when those elevated levels are truly concerning?
That's where your doctor's expertise comes in.
Okay.
They'll consider your PSA level along with other factors like your age, family history, and any other symptoms you might be experiencing.
So it's about looking at the whole picture, not just relying on one test result.
Exactly.
What other tests might be recommended if there's a concern?
Another test your doctor might recommend is a digital rectal exam, or DRE.
Okay.
This allows your doctor to physically examine the prostate gland and feel for any abnormalities.
I know that might sound a bit uncomfortable for some men, but it's a relatively quick and simple procedure.
It is, and it can provide valuable information.
Right.
And if these initial tests raise any red flags, your doctor might recommend a biopsy, which involves taking a small sample of tissue from the prostate to examine under a microscope.
Got it.
That's the most definitive way to diagnose prostate cancer.
So it's all about gathering information to make the most informed decisions about our health.
It is.
Now, I know that there have been a lot of advancements in treatment options for prostate cancer.
Yes.
What can you tell us about those?
Yeah.
What are some of the things men diagnosed with prostate cancer can expect?
The good news is that treatment options have advanced significantly in recent years, offering more personalized and effective approaches. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation.
That's encouraging to hear.
It is.
So for men facing a diagnosis, there's a lot more hope now than in the past.
Definitely some common treatment options include surgery, radiation therapy, hormone therapy, and chemotherapy. The choice of treatment depends on a number of factors, including the stage and grade of the cancer, the man's age and overall health, and importantly, his personal preferences.
So it's really a team effort between the doctor and the patient to determine the best course of action.
Exactly. For example, surgery might be recommended to remove the prostate gland if the cancer is localized.
Good.
Radiation therapy can be used to target cancer cells in a specific area.
Got it.
Hormone therapy can help to slow the growth of cancer cells, and chemotherapy is typically used for more advanced cases.
It sounds like there's a whole range of weapons in the fight against prostate cancer, which is encouraging.
Absolutely, and the field is constantly evolving with new and innovative treatments emerging all the time.
That's truly remarkable. We've covered so much ground today, from those subtle early warning signs to the importance of prevention and all the amazing advancements in treatment. I think we've all learned a lot.
I agree. Knowledge is power, and we've armed you with the information you need to be proactive about your prostate health.
Exactly. We've talked about the importance of understanding your family history, making those healthy lifestyle choices, and building a strong relationship with your doctor. Early detection is key. The more we know, the better equipped we are to make informed decisions about our health. So thank you for joining us for this deep dive into prostate health, and remember, we're all in this together. Be sure to sign up for our free newsletter for even more insights on living well after 50. Until next time, stay healthy and be well.